Around. So I'm catching you up to speed on what we are doing through the season. We are now making. We have made a season off with the trucks. So they started off yesterday with a nice broadcast on how they think about what's going on and what's going to go down into this racing community. Up first would have to say the trucks are up first. And I'm driving the number 3, of course. And we went into our interview with the 3 drivers we met, including me, because, well, why the heck we just count me in, I guess. But, I'll just say 4 or 3, I don't care. But we start off with the truck series season. I'll tell you more into the season detail and more into their point of the story. So on, it's kind of going down to getting a good roll of seeing what we're doing. So onwards. Up first is the truck series we started off with more of a detail-tized NASCAR racing, I would say at least. And, well, I have everyone else has their logos, and it's just going to be a good season. We start with the number 3 with me. On next word is the, we're going to call this the Crew Cola series. This is a new series that would have been added sooner or later down the line. Last time you saw the truck series once, but now we're doing the NASCAR. It's kind of like the NASCAR series, but it's not called the Monster Energy. It's called the Crew Cola series because of reasons. So this one is I made 3 types of paints. This is my paint. Harvick has his own paint. I've made him that with squads. That cost some serious time, but it worked out perfect. Mine worked out amazing. We're doing all the tracks and every single car at the oval track. That's the start of the season. So pretty much this whole season is going to start off with the oval. So Little Eagle Speed Dome is the start of the season of NASCAR. And the trucks, and it's a mess. But moving on, we have the the Indy Series. Now this is the interesting series, I would say the least, because we are taking out the Aftermarket X, one of the newest F1 cars, style F1 cars, but really it's an aftermarket. Really, it's an Indy too. It looks nice. It looks amazing as it looks like. Detail into the car is not bad, but I'll show you guys the interior of every single car we have here racing for the season. Starting it off, truck series. Everything's pretty basic. How do you know what a truck look inside like? You got your fire extinguisher, cording, wiring, gear shifting, transmission, all that other stuff with your paddles, gearing, oil temperature. They have it. Not bad for a car that's in the crew. Your start engine, everything. Alright, moving on. Then, I'm not going to waste any time in explaining how much the difference the truck is, because it has a camera back here too, and that's a very key factor. Just remove the license plate, but that's supposed to be street legal. Up next, we have the the Camaro RSS, the Camaro SS, RS or something, is the next season series up. It's kind of the second one into the season. This is what it looks like. It's not bad at all. This one will have headlights because of its body form. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's got nice headlights, works, and such. It's not a bad car after all. The problem is there's problems with the truck, and then there's not problems with this car because this car can take the turns. The trucks are too top heavy. This one's not so much of top heavy. It's kind of got its own ways. It's perfect into the season. Here's some wipers. And of course, if you want to see that, starting with engine assemblies. Perfect. You got your own gear shifting and everything. Oh, and your transmission and your fire extinguisher in there too. Up next will be your aftermarket. The Aftermarket X is up next on the season, and that's going to be a very big point standing out there. So, I'll tell you what more down the line we're doing. I'm going to go over all this basic stuff so you don't get lost down the season what we do. We're doing amazing. It's a very loud car. It's an Indy. Or, we're going to name it the Indy because it's an Indy car. So, now, you're wondering, how this is all going to work? Basic rules. I'm going to teach you right now. That's not an easy way. We went down a list and said, alright, I'll agree something. We're agreeing on the things we all agreed on. 1, we're all driving by the rules of NASCAR, truck, and Indy. We are going to search it up. We're going to go agreeing all of the rules. If you don't agree on all the rules, then we're going to work on that. But, maybe some of the things we've done is a little bit different, but, that's it. Looks like that. There we go. But yeah. So, point standing. Alright, this is where you guys are wanting. Point standings, the trucks, everything goes with the season. There will not be decreased of points until the season finale. The 3-track finale. Now, big points will be added, big points will be subtracted. It's just where you are on the track. Now, I just don't know where to put this as. You guys try to help me, then I'm going to lose. Because I made an agreement, because there's many griefers on here, and my friend's streams. We did this last time, and, well, that didn't turn out so well, but you know what, we're going to try it again. Hoping that this time we can actually, get something good in the running. So, the truck series we'll start off with, and we did it already, but this time we are doing exactly 100 laps. If you leave, and you lose points. You cannot leave a race. We're kind of pushing this strict on the limit of rules and points and standing. Maybe about, if you don't get the points down in pointing. So it goes like this. You win a race, you get 100 points. You get second, you get 50 points. If you get third, then you can get at least, well, actually, should we put it 20? 20 points to win, 20 points to win per win, 10 points for second, 5 points for third, 0 points for fourth. Now, the same rules apply for flags. Flags are going to be a different pointing standage to this point. Okay. If you are top in the finish of that stage 1, we're going to do every stage. There's 4 stages before finish. That there is 4 times you're going to get points. Now the points will change up there. 5 if you win, 4 if you lose, came second, 3 if you came third, and 2 if you, or 1 if you don't win or don't get the first. That's fourth. So pretty much, yeah. Fourth place gets only 1 point. Now, there's going to be some ups and downs in the season, so just work with it. Don't worry about it so much. If your favorite driver comes out the big end of it, then just note that it's going to be big. It's going to be getting controversial. We're not toxic at each other. We're not trying to make sure one of another don't get into fights. Yeah, we're going to get into arguments and such, but at the end of it all, we're all friends. There's no saying, well, who's this, and you guys got into controversial like that. No. We're going settle it down on the track, next race. It's called rivalry, and it's going to happen sooner or later down the road. I know you guys don't like the word rivalry sometimes, but it's what happens. I just can't help the cause to them. I know Squad and Harvick might get into each other at the New Jersey track, and we did that already, and, well, it didn't pull off so well. Then after that, well, yeah. So, the new guy will be we have a new driver he is going to now be driving number 41 car of the Daytona Rush or something. I don't remember. But he's our new driver. He's turned out so much better than he usually is going to be. So we'll work with him and seeing times and such. He's in from the UK, so we're trying to work with that too. But it's fine. It's completely fine. We can work with time and such. He's on the morning, so we'll get that race done. And we were not. So times are going to be different when we do these streams. So just work with us here for it, because if it hits that time, it means we're going to go live exactly. It's going to be 100 laps exactly. You cannot just shut off your PS4. I mean, if your PS4 crashes, then we'll pause the race for about 5 or your time you get back, because that happens. That happens all the time. The next problem is I really don't know the next problem. Oh yes, weather. Weather is not going to be effective over us. We're not going to be much of a stress over the weather in the course of the year. We're thinking about just forgetting the weather, because it's going to affect us, yes, big time, but it won't affect the race so much. Well, actually it will, because of the tires. Speaking of that, I forgot to go over the basic instructions on our cars. You cannot, and I am forewarning this to any of our fans and our such, these are certain rules that we will be following. You can use custom rims, custom brakes, colors, no custom tires, no custom smoke, no custom NOS, no custom underglow, no, and yes, window tint. You can use window tint. And, well, you can use a custom horn too, because the one that sounds like it. Okay. I don't want that. I just want that. So, yes, performance pieces in hand. Anything you can get your hands on. Really, max will be great. Anything lower, then there's nothing used to it. Just don't. We're not gonna be that toxic. If you think we are just gonna do it. Let them deal it out. I don't care how we do it. It's not gonna be our problem to deal with in the end of the line. Wait, when did I ever have all these pieces? Excuse me? What? Ah, are you kidding me? When did I ever? Well, I'm now maxed out with the truck on gold pieces, so there we go. Reasons why we are. So, yeah. I'll show you the tracks, drive around them in my truck here, and I'll show you how. The hardest track we're saying right now is going to be the Mazda Speedway. And I'll show you reasons why right now. Or actually, I'll drive at every track and I'll show you how difficult they get because of us, and we're having to deal with the weather and so on. Snow, God bless America, the snow sucks worse. So up first is the Truck Series at the every car starts here. This is base number 1, of course. I was gonna do a stream or a little bit of a video just teasing about this track, but my thing didn't work, so forget that. It's not bad. It's a basic track. And we are flying pedal down, pedal to the metal right now, huh? So, pretty much this is a basic track layout, no big problems. Well, there is problems. Yes, there's many problems we're going to have around the track. Contacts, accidents, turn 1 and 2 is going to be a pain, 3 and 4 is going to be a pain in the ending. Now, for starting, finishing, starting grids and such, I'll teach you this. Alright. For this position right now, we are kind of working on it. We're not going to start at this point here. You see this sign with this WXC or KZ, the Watch Dogs? Well, yeah, Watch Dogs bottom. Or they're from Watch Dogs. This is not the point where we start. We don't start until like we are there. We start right here. Now, I decided a new spot for it, and I liked it because as soon as the pit cart goes off, you kind of have to go. Actually, never mind. So, how you do this is we're gonna start the, actually, maybe should we do it down right here? I think we should do it right here. Never mind. Yeah, it was this time we this is the start. As soon as you pass this, you brake, and then you go. There's no gassing it right off the start. You have to brake. So, like, for instance, let me give you... I'm doing my slowing down, or my pushing up the pit lap, and then you kind of have to, and then you gotta go. It's kind of the start point, and then you go to the finish and then you do your lap. Pits, we're gonna be doing that too. Qualifying, we'll be doing that on stream too when race day happens, so we can all have a chance to go onto the podium. Area around it, very high in the zone. It's not bad. This is not pit zone, but this is called we're gonna all start over here, back here on the garage. We'll call this the garage zone. You guys we stop here and we do the car check so we don't have anything on. You could turn on, we're going to have a guy that will be doing a steering setup, so we'll have to work with him with this stuff because it's going to be hard on him because he's using that. Don't worry about us. We're going to have fun doing all this though. After that, we use speed to get up to 10 miles an hour and we stop at our pit stall. Or we get close to the wall. When pitting, we will be using the pitting rules. You pass your pit lane, you get a 5-second violation. For pits, you only take you count down to 10 seconds from 10 seconds, and you don't count them fast. You count them fast, then you will be having to go back in. And you go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, if you have a violation, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it goes up to 15 if that's the case. And if you speed down pit lane at a high speed, that's still another 5-second violation. So that'd be up to 20 seconds you will have to sit in pits before leaving. We will be monitoring that too. I will be going to the other guys' streams and making sure they follow the exact rules I'm applying to this race. And I'm trying to take it as much as I can take it into the serious note, but we're doing it this is for fun. We're trying to get it to you guys to have fun with this too, and you guys could, if you guys are nice, we could see down the road do a group, and you guys could join along. Don't care how you do it, but there's a I might make a group. Here's the full track layout. It's not bad. I don't know about the Indy layout. We might do the Intertrack, but I don't know yet. I have to get everyone's permission on some things and such. I have to think about some things. Up next will be the Mazda Speedway. Is it called Mazda? Mazda Raceway, La Corsica. I hope I didn't mispronounce that. But this track is supposed to be hard. And I'm talking about a couple of tries. I've tried like the hardest I can on this track, and yet this was still the hardest today to race with the trucks. And when we do these, we are going to have some strict penalties onto this stuff. So if you must turn off every single thing. Speedometer, and must be in first person. Everything else. So yeah, all that's going down. We're making sure this stuff gets good. We're gonna make sure it gets really, really good. For pit lanes, we'll come back up here. For pit lanes, yeah, the pit lane will be so much different than the other tracks. This is a track that we haven't gotten used to yet. We're still going to get used to it because of reasons why. But when we come back, we have to hop up the ramp, spin around here, and then they can go. And there'll be a 10 seconds, and then you can go back out. Here's a lap of the track. In first person, of course. Hardest turn in the track, and we're gonna hit each other a lot here. I wouldn't be surprised if one of us just wrecks badly or something, goes off completely. And yeah, there is some blind spots for this truck and many other cars, but you know, we have to work with it. Even so, I'm still trying to work with the Indy Series on some of the things. Indy Series, well, I'm working on right now, but we got the trucks and NASCARs working with this. They are following the same season. Indy is going off a new track layout I'm sending them to. Because Indy's a more harder car to take around a turn, or an easier car, so I'm taking them to every track that I probably would do if you had your hands tied behind your back. But, you know, I'll make it hard because I might take them to this track, but I don't know. See, and that's the blind spot. If you don't hit that spot right, then you can just say your hopes and dreams off this race are gone. Don't worry, it's gonna still all the same rules about NASCAR. Cautions are cautions, and we'll do a slow down lap, and even corner cutting will be enabled. Any point of any corner cut, we're talking about any corner cut, will be enabled. So, if you drive off dirt and you meant to do that, then we'll have to keep it a race official. But if somebody whacked you off of it, then yeah, just act like an accident. But you don't go like this for no reason. Oh, actually, maybe some points, yes. Maybe it's when it's snowing or something. Maybe because we have people needing to try things yet, and I'm still teaching some people to do some things, and it's kind of hard because you gotta learn it. It's hard to learn, but you know. But this is the Mazda Speedway. I'm gonna roll it. You see, there's your blind spot. And this would be a kind of corner cutter penalty, really. If you don't, well, actually, we'll consider it as a wreck, but if you do an intentional, then we'll say it's a penalty on you. You just don't intentionally go that high. And I might do it a couple times because I'm still learning that layout. But if I have to take that high line, I'm going to break back and probably do something smarter and not stupider. Up next in this season would the next track after that, and this goes with the NASCARs too, the Long Island Speedome. Now this is a special track. I know you might going, oh, why is it so special or something? Well, let me teach you. Let me see here. It takes, every track we're doing, yes, is 100% 100 laps. So, you can't decrease it, can't increase it. So, the simple part about this is, the point I'm driving on right now is pit lane. The track, outer track, I mean all the little bit of outer track. So let me drive the outer track. This is the inner track. I'm not taking that in. But when I hit out here, this is Bristol, pretty much. Like a small Bristol, South Carolina style track. Darlington. Bristol, Darlington. That's what shit I'm thinking of. And we just might skip out on the Speedome or the Detroit Speedway, and we might do this track, but this time do the inner part, depending on what finales are bringing us to. But what I think we're going to do the Detroit Speedway because of reasons, and it's going to be called a special race for one reason. And I'll tell you a reason why right now. It's going to be called the All-Star Race. Now, why call it the All-Star Race? Well, this is going to be the big point dropper. If anybody gains any of those, if the leader gets those points, then the series, they would have to win 2 races, both of the races in the season, to finish him off. He'll win. He'll lose. Now, if he wins those 2 races, then there's no point on catching it. Actually, no. We'll put an extra point in for every lap. So, for 15 laps, or if you came second, because, the rules change after that, we're going to do, if you get 15 points, you will be now additionally added 1 point to your lead, or your point standings. You'll get 16 points instead of 15. If you get 20 points, you're getting 21 points, if you're in first. So it adds it up to the end. Now, big points will be dropped onto that race. If you're in last, you get nothing still. That's just what happens. It's you get something or you don't get something at all. It's all come down to that. Now, only first gets a big job. Or actually, if you come first... No, wait. Yeah, hold up. When we do this... Yeah, the flag. 5 points. Yeah, same rules apply. But whoever wins the race gets the points. But if you don't win the race, come second, you don't get points. 1 bit. That means the race you just raced at, track you just raced at, you did not earn anything, you wasted your time, and you didn't win the qualified lap, or the race. And there's no points on fixing it. And yes, we'll be doing the qualifying, as usual. So moving on, that's the 3rd race of the season. The 4th race is all the way to San Francisco. Now this track, we are taking the outer part, and I'll show you the reasons why. Why am I gonna drift? Go. Green drift. Okay. It doesn't matter. So the track I'm driving on right now is not part of the track, but this just, I had a spawn point up here. A lot of points are going to be subtractive if you don't finish a race in the finales. Now, let me show you where the start-finish line is going to be at. Da-da. Da-da. Well, why would you say there's a golden... Why are we going up to San Francisco? Because this is the next track that will be up to the season, the 4th race of the season, that goes by NASCAR and the trucks, so you get to see both tracks at the same time again. It doesn't matter how many times you watch the video, but it's going to be going over and over it again. But when Indy starts, it's going to go up. I have to still make that. So the start line, finish start line is here. I'm staying. It's at that tunnel. Now, when we hit the tunnel, well, how are you going to get the start going? It's going to be at this light. This light right here is the one we start going. Or actually, I like this gutter. Hold up, the gutter sounds better. So, when we go, we hold our brake, and then we hit gas. See what I just did? Right there. And then we go. When we pass that gutter, we can start going the way we want it. Don't worry, that won't be in our way when we do our races. When we see those wind gates or anything, we're gonna turn everything off. Don't worry about it. We have to still work with that stuff, but we're turning that stuff off after we complete when we're doing our races. So you guys don't see it, and I it doesn't turn into a bad video and we don't get to be having problems. You turn off everything, you won't deal with it. This is so much of a harder track now. Why am I having so much of a problem? Okay, all around. Hold it wide. 2, 3, 4, 5. Moving up to the start. When after I pass that tunnel, it's the race over. And done. Now pit lane. Well, in this one is going to be weird. It's actually going to be at the other straight line. Let me teach you that spot real quick. I'm going to mosey on over there. And yes, corner cutting will be enabled to this track. Even the little Eagle Speed-On will include corner cutting, but you know, if that's happening. Because, well, there's ways to do it, but I don't know. Your pit lane for this track will only begin right here. Now, you have to park on the blue line to stop your car. So if you park your car here, you just wait 10 seconds and then you can go again, and then actually, hold up. We'll include the pit lane here. Which is right here. And it's not a very big time gap. It's exactly the same length as the next turn. Side, you wait 10 seconds and then you go. Or yeah, 10 seconds. Yeah. And then you can go again. So 5 minutes per side. And then you can go again, finishing up your couple laps. And sectors do matter at this point. Gas, braking, damage. You know, if you wreck your car and you're really totaled, and if you flip over, you will be eliminated from this race. There's no questions about it. You mean somebody's permanent wrecked you. Now we can go back to the old rules and say, because this is the crew, we're not going to do that. Reasons why? Means somebody did something. But you can have an rival. There's no questions about it. You can fight him back because of a dirty drive. You know, have some of my friends, the people, Harvick can do that. Squad can do anything he wants. It's what your moves make you do. And of course, you should know the next track going to is Jersey racetrack. And yes, we're doing the oval outlet, not the inner in the F1 style one. And then moving on from that finish, we head off to, oh boy. I don't like this track, but it's going to make a lot of people, when we race in this one, it's going to make a mess. What the? Okay then. Las Vegas. This is the nightmare track. I'm not going to tell you right now. It's not an easy track. I've done F1 driving in this. So, what are the most problems we're having with this track is you can't hit this turn right. But if you aim it perfect, we're supposed to take this way. I'm highlighting up. You cannot go down here and turn this way. Now, we're going to put a penalty on this. You have to brake, waiting for one of the drivers to pass you before you can go again. And if you can't follow that rule, then why are you even here? You're going to be disqualified. Or you get a big penalty for a race. You get a 20-minute penalty in the pit lane. The next time you go down the pit lane, of course. Oh, and the start-finish line I pointed out. Well, now will be, you people don't know, but it's going to be the one that has actually a pit lane And this is the start-finish line. It's an empty track. Nobody really likes. And this gutter is the start going. So yeah, the next track, and then we move on to the final track before we hit the finale. Oh, good lord. We hit to Miami Racetrack. Now, we are taking the outer loop of it. Now, we say the outer loop. Well, I'll give you a quick little rundown. I don't know which side we're going to use mostly. I think we're going to use the more maturitable side, so it's this side we're using. And of course the wind tunnel is the final one, the under tunnel, where you start finish line. You know, if we find the gutter, then we'll use the gutter as our start point. And the pit lanes will be on this side. And we park up right next to the wind gate, and we refill, do our tires, do everything we can. Same like Las Vegas. You have to park close. Or not Las Vegas, at Golden State or Golden Gate track, right? Or Golden Rick. We have to park close to the underpass. It's not hard to learn that from that position. All right, now the finale. I haven't learned this one yet, but it's going to be a big one to learn. We do start. We can, and I'm going to let you guys pick this out. We can do A, New Jersey, B, Long Island Speedome, B, Miami, or C, Miami, D, Mazda, E, or A, B, C, D, E, yeah, F is Las Vegas, G is now Golden Gate. But the final track that will be added, you only get to pick two because the last track is going to be Little Eagle Speedome to finale it all to come down with. Now, this is the first time we're doing this, and it goes with every other car. We might do Indy and NASCAR and all that, all the same tracks, but I don't know. We have to still learn this. The line I'm having to do is figure out where everyone's going to be on that feel comfortable line and such. So, I'm leaving you guys with those final choices in the series. If your name is Squad or Harvick, you don't get to pick them. But, you know, that's you guys. I mean, I'm not going to... Because I'll know it's you. Your YouTubing tags don't tell a lie. So, yeah. Go ahead. I would, like, for instance, if we did New Jersey, I think we are going to do New Jersey, regardless or not. New Jersey, Miami, and then we might go all the way back up to finish it off at Little Eagle. That was a plan we had, and I think we're still going to be on course with it. But I think it would be smart if I gave you guys the opportunity to choose, but I don't know. Actually, forget it. I'll let you guys, or actually, yeah, it's New Jersey, Miami, and Little Eagle Speedome. Just write those 3 tracks down for the final calendar of the season, because those are only coming once. Hi. Oh, wow. He even responded with hi. So, yeah. Stay around, find more news about this stuff, and see you in the next time. Well, it's the first time we're ever... this is going to be the new thing. It's called a talk show. because I'm going over every rule we're putting into this season, and I'm probably overdoing it, but I don't know. I mean, it's the big deal. It's a big deal, yes, because it's the first time I've ever done this, and I have to put this huge organization to big business. But that's it. Well, see you around. See you in the next one. Hope you liked this video. If you so, leave a comment below. And the next times, see you, friends.